Ooh, welcome to the OK Den Show.
Hey y'all.
I am Titia Owens, the Madre.
And I am Chyna Elizabeth, the daughter. And today what we getting into?
We are getting into games females play.
We be playing a lot.
But I'm talking about the ones that was born with female biology.
Yeah. The female.
Yeah. Okay.
Female.
But we're going to get right into it. So before we start, I want to make sure that I share this. So a while back, I wrote a book, and it's called How to Get Rid of a Man. And the book is a plethora of games that I played personally. So we decided to go ahead and dive into that to talk to the younger women about the games that females play. And my daughter and I have had plenty of conversations about these things. So we wanted to have that conversation with you all.
Yeah.
To share some of the aspects and the different experiences that have come with me that I want to share with you and what.
Yeah, because I don't live that life. That is not my life. I don't play games.
Praise God.
You know
Praise
what
God
I'm
that was not your life.
So with it being your life, what happened with that?
Well, we want to talk about specifically in romantic relationships. So I remember there was a time where I was going after my children's father, and I knew that he was in another relationship. He had shared with me that he was in another relationship, and I also shared that I was in another relationship. But the word covet comes to mind. When I knew that he was in another relationship, I had my mind set on removing him from that relationship and joining into a relationship with me. And I believe he had the same thought process. We did not say that to one another, but our actions definitely spoke louder than our words, okay? Because I saw him, then I wanted him, and then my mindset was, I gotta have him.
Now, I do have that mindset. I do. If I see something like, hey.
So are you saying you have that mindset, but it's not necessarily with someone else's man?
No, he need to be single. I am a very stingy person. I don't nobody want to be sharing no man.
You're a very who person?
Stingy.
Stingy person. Okay.
I like my man's all to myself. Thank you.
And I was the same way. I was being stingy my own self, but at the cost of removing him from the other relationship.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, and it was a lot of work. Let me just say that.
Yeah.
So this is what I know that women will do. And like I said, I'm not speaking to every woman, but I'm saying a lot of women. I know a lot of women that think like I thought. And so therefore we're speaking to that person, and we're also sharing with those who may be encountering a situation so you will understand how this whole game is being played. So one of the things that I did, I remember being the person that would plan, I would plot, I was an investigator. I made sure that I knew situations that I could create or make happen. So I did my homework to find out about times of things that would happen or places individuals would be, so I could set it up where the plan that I had or the scheme that I had in my mind would take place. And that's what I know about women. We're willing to go the distance to make things happen at even the expense of becoming a friend with the other person. We know that we don't care for that person. We know that we don't like that person. We know that we don't want to have a relationship with that person. But if we know that that person will give us answers to the questions that we need in order to fulfill our scheme, we will do it at whatever cost. I did that.
Yeah.
And in my book, I share about it openly.
And I will say, when I saw all the things in the schemes, in the ways that she went and loopholed and went and found this and did that and boom, boom, bam, I was like, what?
Yeah, it was like, what?
Who came up with this? Because it's just a whole bunch of really, like, you really got to have deep thought.
Yeah.
And you did.
Well, Genesis 2 talks about forbidden fruit. forbidden fruit. Y'all know we were not supposed to be eating from that tree of life.
Yeah.
But we just felt like we just had, Eve was like, oh, no, I got to have that. You know what I'm saying? It was knowing no was the answer, but in our minds, yes.
Yeah.
We heard that. That overrode the no.
Yeah.
And that's what happens with a lot of women. Again, we want something that doesn't belong to us, or it looks good on someone else.
Yeah.
And we feel like I would do it even more justice if I had it. And that's a mindset that a lot of women have. And so that was the mindset that I had during that time. I was in a place where, you know, I was not following the Lord. I was not seeking the Lord about my decisions. This was all about my flesh and what I wanted. And so my goal was to obtain what I wanted. So I did that at any expense.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, you know, men have issues too. They will lie and, you know, they will, you know, scheme. But we can be very treacherous. Women can be dangerous with their thought processes.
Conniving.
Yes, conniving. And let me just say this. Now, I had accepted Christ.
Yeah.
I had accepted Christ at this point, but I had not surrendered my life to him, and I was not living for the Lord either. I was still battling with my flesh and letting it still make most of my decisions.
Yeah.
So I just want y'all to know that up front. But in this book, I share with you how I set it up, how I caused situations to happen where if I knew he was dating someone, and I literally set up a situation where the young lady would be where I was so I could create some type of havoc or confusion or commotion that would then cause tension in their relationship, which would cause him to need to talk to me or need to vent. And I would be that great friend or that great ear to be that support to him where he could see how wonderful I was and how understanding and supportive I was, where he felt like I was the better prize.
For sure. It's actually really crazy, but in my younger years, I feel like as women, we are just a lot more better at it than men. Like, we really think it all the way through. Even if, like, we were to get caught or something, doing anything, we gon' know.
Yeah.
What's happening right here.
Yeah.
What's happening right here.
Yeah.
And we gonna play it cool. Like, what is it?
Yeah, you won't know what's going on with us.
You won't know at all. But with the men, they just be so blatantly
confused,
showing themselves. And it just seems like, y'all ain't got it like that, okay? Like, the females are top tier with the playing the games. The men, they a little under.
Because what men do sometimes is they'll give us the stories or the lies. You know, we got to stay at work late. You know, we want to hang out with our boys. We're going to go have drinks or what have you. And another thing they'll do is hide, say, for instance, their bank account because they don't want you to see how they're spending their money because they may be spending it on another woman.
Yeah.
So those are things that if we find out those things, or if we are inquiring or investigating, we can find out what's actually going on with it. Where women, like I said, we are planners. We think it through.
Yeah.
We know what's going to happen before it happens. We can see the movie play out all the way to the end, and we already think about the different shenanigans that could possibly pop up, and we plan for it. Say, for instance, a woman is with her man, but the guy she's seeing shows up at the same event. This woman is so smooth with it, she may introduce introduce the man that she's cheating with the man that she's considering herself to be dating, because she doesn't want it in any way to look like that there's some confusion, or she is surprised that they were going to be there. It's totally thought out. It's like, okay, if this happens, this is how I'm going to respond. Yeah. And we're really good at that.
Okay, so little story time. These are, once again, in my younger years, this is no longer my life. For the people that are out there, just know I don't do this anymore. It was I think it was like Labor Day weekend or something like that. And so we were all at a house together, and my, at the time, boyfriend was there, but I was also talking to this other guy. And so it was like a lot of us, a lot of our friends, we were all at this house together. And so the other guy ended up coming over because it was like, so me and my friends, we had a group of guys.
Yeah.
And then another group of guys that were friends that hung out. Like we had the set, you know what I'm saying? And so they both came. So I'm introducing my boyfriend to this guy and just being like, hey, like y'all friends? Like, okay, cool. Like, y'all know each other? Oh, okay, cool. And the guy, my boyfriend, ends up taking this guy home.
Oh, wow.
Like, they had to be all the way together. Like, all the way.
In each other's space.
In each other's space.
For a private
and
conversation.
had no idea. Well, the one I was cheating with, of course, he knew this was my boyfriend, but my boyfriend had no idea.
No. So did he share that information? He didn't share that information.
No, of course not. He was playing the game too. Like he wanted to keep his place. That's the thing about when you have a side dude, they gotta know their place. You know what I'm saying? They can't be outing you and telling on you and like putting your business out, because then that's messing up what y'all got going on.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
I got you.
Yeah. So, that was a time.
So
it was a time.
So you let the person that was being cheated with know about the person you actually with, so they could have your bag.
They already knew.
Got it.
Yeah, I mean, me and the boyfriend, we were public. It wasn't like it was a secret that we were together.
But this guy was like, I don't care. I just want to be with you. Yeah, and that's what happens a lot of times.
Pretty much.
A lot of times. The person decides they don't care about who you're with or, you know, the consequences of that. They just want what they want.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about it is when you're in these situations and you have to do all this planning and this scheming, there's a lot of work. You have to think things out. You have to make sure they're not running into each other. Now, you know how to play it if it happens, but you're always trying to keep your time or your day-to-day situations thought out, because you're having to figure out how to keep these two lives separated. And that is
keep up with lies.
Yeah,
too.
Yes. It's constant lying. It's constant deception. And so let's talk about the word lie. The word lie is anything said with an intention to deceive.
Yeah.
It is it's anything done or said with the intention to deceive.
For sure.
A lot of times people are saying, I'm not lying. I just said, I just left this out or whatever. But that's an omission. That is an omission.
It's a lie.
So therefore it's not the truth. And a lot of young men like to use that. Well, I just left that out. I wasn't lying. I just didn't say all of it, or I didn't tell it all. Oh, you know what? Here goes my song. Liars go to hell. Liars go to hell. Burn, burn, burn.
I just really hate omission.
Burn, burn, burn.
Yeah, you burn it.
Okay,
they burn it.
What do you want to say about omission?
I just really hate omission because they feel like that's a leeway or like a loophole into being honest or truthful. But at the end of the day, it's a lie.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Because then we going to have trust issues and trust problems, and we ain't going to be cool no more.
Yeah.
You are no longer in my life.
I love that. And that's the thing about it is, so the person that you are dating, let's say, for instance, the person you're dating, and you have this side male friend that you are fellowshipping with, and then they're waiting for you to leave that person or their, whether it be boyfriend or husband, and this side piece is over here saying, I want you to leave this person for me. I want you to be with me. Then, say, for instance, you do. Say, for instance, that relationship ends. You're no longer with the guy or you're no longer married to that person. And then you get with the side piece. Well, now you are establishing trust issues. You establish trust issues because now that person remembers all of those different plans and schemes that you all came up with in order to be with each other. And it's never a peaceful situation. You may be with that person for a long period of time. It may last for a while, but the thing about it, a lot of times the thrill leaves because there's no more trying to figure out how to be with each other.
Yeah.
You know, the thrills, the figuring out, oh my God, they're asleep now. How can we sneak out to get to each other?
All that extra planning you got to do.
Yeah, she's out of town. Or he's out of town, so now we can be together. Type
it gets
thing.
real boring real fast.
It wears you out. It wears you out, and again, the memories don't fade. You will always remember the processes of you having to go through all of those things. I remember again in my with my children's father. He was seeing someone,
Mm-hmm.
and I decided that I was going to find out where the young lady worked and how I was going to meet her, let her know about me, and that I was fighting for my marriage at the time. And I wanted to make sure that I shared with her that I wanted her to remove herself from the relationship. Well, you know, she also had a spirit, her own self. And she made me believe that her motive also was not to be with him, that she was not trying to destroy my marriage or come between us. She just thought that they were building a friendship. That's how she made it. She made it seem like that their friendship was really great and that she was not trying to come between us. However, when she exposed that I came to her job, of course, your father was very upset. And I believe she made it seem like, what kind of person was I that I would come to her job and somewhat threaten her in her place of business. And that was not what I was intending to do. I really was trying to save my marriage at that point. But again, when a woman is scheming and planning and they have decided it's something that they want, they will do whatever they have to do.
Had you done that in the future?
In the past?
Like, before, yeah, in the past, before then.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Not the future, the past. You're right. Have you done that in the past?
I had done that in the past.
The exact same thing.
Pretty much.
Oh.
I had set up that same situation to obtain the relationship with my children's father.
Yeah.
I had gone through that same process with another young lady. So I basically, at this point, was now reaping what I had sown, which is the law of reciprocity. Do not play with that, y'all. The law of reciprocity is real. Some people call it karma. Some people, say
you get what you give.
You get what you give. Okay? But I'm saying to you, it is a fact. So when you're planning and scheming to to disband a relationship, you are asking for it, and you are not ready for the consequences. You are not ready for the consequences. Because when I tell you I paid dearly when I did that, both times, I paid for it within my marriage and I paid for it ending my marriage as well. So I'm going to tell you right now, if these are things that women are thinking about, and I remember saying that to my now husband when we first got together. I said, be very careful about viewing women sometimes as just, a lot of times men see women as friends, but they don't understand that there's a motive sometimes behind it. And I'm not saying that about every woman, but a lot of times when a woman sees a good thing, or when they find that man handling his responsibilities or taking care of his family, or looking like that he is loving on his wife, that becomes very exciting. It makes you want to have that. It's
so crazy.
It makes you feel like, oh my God, how could I have that? It's an attraction, and they are very attractive. So they set their sights on how to disband the relationship, because their mindset is, and sometimes they don't want to disband it. They just want to be on the side. They want to have the benefits without the commitment. That's a whole nother thing.
It's so funny. The last two relationships, both of them, the exes, my now exes, got with the very close friend, who, in my eyes at the time, wasn't a threat or anything, but the whole time they're seeing what he's doing for me and taking notes and then asserting themselves into the equation.
So they saw the benefits that you were receiving.
For sure.
And thought, oh my God.
Yeah.
I would like that.
I want that for myself.
And so that's one side of it. And then there's also, like I said, the other side of it, where the woman says, I want some of the benefits, but I don't want them all. I don't necessarily want the full-time commitment. I don't necessarily want the come home to me type thing on a regular basis. I just I want you to take care of me when my needs need to be met. And again, y'all, the consequences of that detrimental.
Yeah.
I don't wish those consequences on anyone because, again, it causes so much pain in the long run. And at some point, you think you can live with that for a period of time. You think you can. But as women, we are emotional. We are sometimes entangled in things that we don't want to be in.
Oh, them entanglements.
Yeah.
No good.
And again, some women, all they want are money or gifts and even sex.
Yeah.
That may be all they want is just that thrill.
Yeah.
But again, that only lasts for a period of time. You can take that for so long, but at some point, it turns into, I want more.
Yeah.
I need more. I need more of your time.
Yeah.
I need more of your commitment. And that all stems from the lack of fear of the Lord. That's where I was. I wasn't afraid of the consequences at the time. I wasn't thinking about what could happen if I'm doing these things. I just kept putting myself in those situations where I thought the benefit was bigger than the consequence. And that's usually how we think.
Yeah, I agree. And I feel like now, being that I am older, I do have that fear.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's why I could never, I won't say never because you never know.
Mm-hmm.
But my desire is to not ever be deceitful in that way, or adulterous, or cheating, or anything that is not truthful towards the man that I'm with.
Yeah.
And my husband, because we're gonna speak of husband.
Yeah, amen.
Okay. But that, I just would never want to be the reason that that chaos has been brought into a relationship, my relationship.
Yeah, and you want your relationship to be built on trust.
And on Christ.
And on Christ. And you said the key thing, you said, I hope I would never do this or that. And the whole thing is keeping your eyes on the Lord, focusing on Christ.
Yeah.
Thinking about him in the situations, or deciding what you're going to do, having him in mind. Because again, when we take our eyes off of the Lord and we're focusing on what we want to do or how we feel, we can be easily distracted. The very thing you say you won't do or would never do, the moment that flesh rises up and makes you feel like that's more important than the honesty or the truth, you will fall.
You're very right. Very right. That's why you got to stay up, prayed up in the word.
Prayed up.
Prayed up. Stay prayed up so you don't be laid up.
Yeah, first comes Christ, then others, then you. You get that? Christ, then others,
then you.
Then you.
Sometimes I be getting the others and me a little mixed up, but we get in there. We get into the others first and then me. But we growing and evolving and learning and getting there.
Yeah, but I appreciate the honesty.
But at least the God is first.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
He the head. He the source. But the mother.
You are the source.
Yeah, of my life.
I love that. I think it's time for a break.
Okay.
A makeup break.
Okay, then. I do need some gloss. I feel my lips getting a little dry.
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting a little shiny.
Mm-mm.
So I'm going to put a little powder on.
You should do that then.
I got my little mirror here.
I be keeping my gloss right by my side. It's my right hand to my left hand.
Well, I got to get my little powder out. My little dip powder.
Mm-mm.
I got my little brush, y'all, and then my little mirror.
Oh, we switched it up today. We don't got the beauty blender.
I didn't bring the beauty blender this time.
Okay, then.
I just got my powder brush.
Okay, then.
Oh, your powder brush.
Oh. Well, wait a minute.
I borrowed your powder brush.
Didn't know about that. Didn't know about that concoction going on over there.
Wait a minute. What my hair doing? Is my hair right?
Your hair looks really good.
Okay.
I like the updo.
Thank you and stuff.
It's giving cute.
Okay, then. I like it.
Uh-huh.
Okay, then. I'm back.
Okay, then.
So, this is what I want to say to you, daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And to the daughters that are out there.
Mm-hmm.
If a man is with another female, if he's in a relationship with them, if he's committed to them, if he's married to them, or if he's dating them, I would suggest strongly that you run the other direction.
Run!
It's not worth the consequence of trying to obtain something that belongs to someone else. And even though the person is not married, if they're in a committed relationship, let them go through their process.
Yeah.
Again, now if he sees you and he desires to be with you, even in that, let him end what he's dealing with to come to you, as opposed to walking him through the process of his relationship. I would still recommend that you deny yourself of getting involved in another relationship where the man is in another relationship, whether he's committed, even if he's separated and still married. That's the other thing. Oof. Women, if a person is still married, even though they're separated, I still say do not get involved.
Yeah.
You're setting yourself up still for lies,
very much
for the lack of trust within your relationship, because the establishment has been set that you're willing to do these things and cross lines, and boundaries are not met because you're willing to break all of those things in order to be with that person. So that sets up the mindset of, I don't know whether I can believe you or not, because you were willing to do these things with me. And so I just suggest to you, Chyna, not that you don't already know this, but to any young woman or older woman even that may be going through a situation like this, or this situation may arise, run from it. There is a man out there that is single or is in a situation where he is available.
Where he at?
He out there, Chyna. He out there. We gonna pray.
Anyways.
But fear God.
Yeah.
Then others.
Then yourself.
What are you okay with, Elizabeth?
I am okay with having my own man. I don't want nobody that I have to scheme or figure out how am I gonna get you. First of all, pursue me.
Well,
thank you. And I just feel like when it's supposed to be right and together, like if y'all are supposed to be together, it'll happen. Like if God wants you to be with a certain person, he'll make it work. And even if he is in a relationship, like she said, don't be in it. Let God do what he wants to do in their situation. Yeah. And you stay back and mind your business.
Yeah.
So I'm going to mind my business. And where don't God to send my husband, because where he at? At this point, like, I feel like I've been in a single season for a little bit now. And I'm just like, God, what you doing? But I'm okay with, having my own man. That's it. I'm just leaving it alone.
Well, guys, my daughter is 23. So if you are attempting to pursue her, make sure you are single, because you will be
and love Jesus.
A single man that loves the Lord. Those are the requirements first, and then we'll deal with all the other stuff.
Yeah.
But what I do know is you all need to get this book.
Get that book.
The book is called How to Get Rid of a Man, and it's basically teaching women, if you are doing the things that I was doing in my relationship, you are getting rid of a man, whether you're intentionally trying to or not. I'm not telling you to get rid of a man.
Yeah.
I'm saying if you follow these directions, you are getting rid of a man, knowingly or unknowingly.
Where can we get it?
You can get it at TitiaOwensBooks.com. We'll put it on the end of the screen.
Yeah. It's gonna be right here.
And you can also go to BarnesandNobles.com and search for How to Get Rid of a Man by Titia Owens. Titia Owens, it'll say, but everybody calls me Titia.
Yeah. We'll also put the link in the description as well, so that you can just go to the description real quick and press that link and go ahead and buy it. There you go.
And so we want them to continue to watch us.
Yes. Watch us every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Make sure y'all subscribe.
Subscribe.
And like and comment and share and comment what y'all think about this situation. Like, are y'all out here cheating? And
yeah, tell us what y'all got going on.
Sin.
Let us know if you've been delivered from a situation as well. Has there been an experience that you've had like this and you want to share with us, what you've done or what you've gone through? So let us know.
It died. It's okay.
I can't hear you anymore.
Yeah, it died.
Oh, the battery died.
We're going to just add the sound.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
But we can still go, because it might just still go on the video. Well, like that's.
No, that's what I'm saying. We could just use this sound at the end.
Okay.
I'm sure it went off for a long time.
No, it just went up.
Yeah.
Just
So it's fine. Just the ending will
Okay.
just be regular sound.
Well, yeah, that's fine because we was at the end anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're finished with the show. It just it's gone.
Well, okay.
Gotcha.
Well, yeah, you could just put up the subscribe. We said everything, and then you can cut it where you want to cut it.
Oh.
We just didn't go, okay, bye then. We just didn't do that.
Do you want to do that real quick?
Okay, we can do that.
Okay. I can just add it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Okay then.
Bye then.